Oh, God almighty. Is it this one? Wrong webcam. I can't just leave things alone. I've finally got that sorted out. Why on earth they can't let you pause while you set the equipment up, I don't know. Because it means afterwards I gotta go and edit this start out. Anyway, I got a few things to tell you this morning. And don't forget, today is Friday the 13th, Comic Relief. And the what's it called, man won't be appearing. You know, Robert Eglund, he won't be appearing, no. And first of all, I'm sure you have awful trouble with these jolly old leads. You know, get it untidy as anything. Now, as you know, I was a merchant seaman. So here's a little trick that will help you to solve the problem of these. Wind around your hand like this until you've got about a foot left. Then pinch the center and wind the what's-it round. Now you can do this two ways. One way you can just stick this one way you can just stick the thing through the hole there, and then when you come to nice and deep, you see, and when you come to undo it, you push that out and take that out first. If somebody else tries to do it and they don't do that, they'll get in the right angle. The other way is to fold it and put a loop through like that, but don't put the plug through. Then when you want to use it, all you have to do is that. I've probably given away one of the tricks of the magic circle there, because they use that quite a lot. But anyway, there you are. All your wires can be done nice, neat, and you've probably seen ropes tied up like it on ships and that. It is where I learned it, despite the fact that that was back in 1957 that I left the Merchant Navy. I was in the Merchant Navy. But you didn't know it. I was actually involved in the Cyprus and the Suez crisis and the Malay crisis and the Aden crisis. So there you are. You can do it like that. Now that little loop can be used to hang on a hook to keep it even neater and tidier. Well, that's that anyway. Now the next thing is, I've been extremely busy, and I just discovered I've lost none of my touch, despite being 77. I've virtually rebuilt the mechanism of a Philips video recorder, because these Windows buttons. That's not the. I use this type of mouse connected wirelessly with a keyboard and to the computer. I'm actually using the Windows webcam now, you see, not the computer one, not the built-in one. Unfortunately, whenever you touch it, the bloody button goes off and says Windows press button. I've signed up for it. It still doesn't make any difference. It's just a pain in the behind. Anyway, as I say, I've now sorted this video out. The problem was the mechanism. The tape would go in and jam. Now, electronic engineers know very little about mechanics, but these video recorders were rather special when it came to gears and cogs and switching and whatnot. I might be able to show you some of them. Of course, this is not autofocus, so it's. But funny enough, this was in my shed, and I had a flood. Rain came in, and it was soaking wet, which was brilliant because it had washed all the dirt out of it. Of course, I didn't plug it in. I dried everything out and greased all the mechanisms, the cogs, and because there's movements all over the place, and I seem to have got it working okay now. Now, this one has got two skirts on it. It's got nothing else, unfortunately, and that means that you can connect two pieces of equipment to this, and for instance, your FreeSat and your Sky, or your VIEW, your FreeSat, or whatever, and that will convert it into RF from the aerial output socket. Now, I'm now going to explain the best way when you're from scratch setting up your aerial. Your aerial comes in, plug it in to your FreeView box first, and then the outlet, which is, do you remember you got always got a black lead with a male and female connector, one on each end. So you take that and plug that into your FreeSat. If your FreeSat's got an input, if it hasn't, that doesn't matter. But anything, put in a series chain until you get to the skybox, and the skybox will be the last one in the chain. You got that? The first one in the chain will be the free view, whatever it is, if they've got the sockets on it. You know, the aerial input and the aerial output. And you get a chain, a series chain. That means that any one of these will all be connected to the aerial. And on some of the stuff that you got today, especially on the Sky, as well as the SCART, there is a HDMI socket. And there's also an HDMI socket on the newest Freeview and FreeSat. Now, you won't find this on an old video recorder, so it won't work with the video recorder, but it will work with the others. And some video recorders have AV connections. That's yellow, red and white, or yellow, red and black leads that you can plug into. That can be plugged into some computers as well, and so that will give you 3 inputs, so you can actually work your computer from another room. Anyway, I've looked up on eBay, and do you remember I told you about these pyramid things? No? These? Well, they're advertised on eBay at £24 something or other, say £25. I think that was what it was. Might have been £15, I don't know. But they're there, so you can get them. And if you've got a if you connect your TV to your SCART box, your Skybox rather, with a HDMI cable and any other equipment you got in there, if you have your telly turned on, you can take the output from the telly to the other rooms using the same principle. But we'll keep it simple to start with. So your aerial to your Freeview box, then the link lead, what we used to call the video lead, because you used to get, every time you bought a video recorder you'd get one, so you'll probably find loads of them lying around. You want to see one? Never find anything when you want it, can you? There's one filled up here somewhere. Oh dear. Well, you know what I mean. It's like an aerial lead with a male one end and a female the other, and you plug the female one into the Freeview and take that to any other equipment that's got an input and an aerial input and output socket. Got that? That you're using. Finally, go into the Sky one, and then from the Sky one into a video recorder. So wait a minute, what am I talking about? From the Sky one into your distribution box if you've got one. Doing it this way, try to keep your leads as short as possible and don't coil them up. If at worst, let them lie any old where. They're less likely to cause interference. One of the problems I had originally doing it was that the Sky was interfering with the Freeview. The only thing I can tell you there to do there is move the wires around till it stops. and then go and check your signal strength. Because if you go, you'll find that all these boxes in the menu, you will find something that gives you the signal strength that you're getting. And your video recorder, if you've got equipment that hasn't got the RF input and output, you connect them up to the video recorder with either SCARTs or phono connections. Any of them will do. And then the aerial output from that will also drive editing, and you can put that into the skybox and then through and on. But keep the skybox at the end. It turns to work out to be the best way to get the least interference. Now, I've been going on quite a bit here, am I? And I'm going to have a break now. Oh, it's only 12 o'clock. Because you know what's happening today, don't you? Oh, I just saw. Do you remember on telly seeing this idiot being interviewed, and he was asked if he was part of the upper class, and he said, I wouldn't say I was part of the aristocracy. No, I'm the voice of the people. And then it said, Vox Populus. Well, for benefit I don't know, that Vox is voice and Populus is people. But in Latin. Because that was a bit of a dead giveaway, wasn't it? But even worse, the idiot doesn't even know his own name. Because Reese Hogg, wait for it, it's a punchline. When you translate Reese Hogg, it comes out as monkey pig, or pig monkey, whichever you like. Because Rhesus, monkey, and hog, pig. So there you go. Must be a bloody idiot, me. If it was my name, I'd have changed it to Smith. Oh dear, that is my name, and it's Smith. Now, what's wrong with the name Smith? And do you know why there's so many Smiths? Because us poor people, like me, we were the blacksmiths. You know, the hard workers, the people who really worked. And then you got silversmiths, goldsmiths, coppersmiths, tinsmiths. I think that's about all. So that's why there's so many Smiths named Smith. Anyway, I'm going to stop now for a bit, but watch out. It's coming up. Beans, Elvis. Elvis spelt with a Z, you know, instead of an S. And that's about it. And I've just had a wonderful thing I've just been watching. I was watching my own video of how to get Sky in any room, and I had the shock of my life. I don't know whether it's a mistake or what, but there's over 15,000 hits on it. Now, I only put it up a couple of weeks ago, I think. Anyway, I've just given you a bit of an update on that Sky in on any room, so you can improve it better. And it is possible to work this to work both ways. In other words, you can be in the room where all your equipment. I was going to show you. I will do the next video I put up when I've put the video together and got it all set up. I'll take the laptop in my bedroom and show you the stuff that's in the bedroom, because that's where I spend most of my time. Luckily at the moment I'm on prednisolone, so I think this year I'm going to enter the Tour de France. Seeing Lance Armstrong managed to win it using prednisolone, and apparently 50% of the people in cycling racing use it as well. They're using it illegally for a different purpose to what I use it for. My reason is to keep my immune system in check. Something attacking me. I had a so-called carer come out the other day. She's supposed to be a nurse in a home. I've only seen her once, and that was 5 weeks ago. She was supposed to come every Monday and Friday. Apparently she's ill. Says she caught it off me. I was better in 2 days. I think she gave it to me, actually. Anyway, goodbye. I'll be with you later, and don't miss the Elvis meaning. By the way, I had to do a bit of cover-up on it, you see, because that Elvis costume is lycra, and when it gets wet, it's transparent, and I didn't want to frighten you, you see. By the way, did you see the picture of me in the karate suit? Karate Kid? I bet you women, they were eyes straight down to the groin, and then went, oh my God. Yeah. Oh well, that's it. Goodbye then. Next time you see me, I'll be in my bedroom showing how all this equipment. Oh, sorry, one other thing to tell you. I'll tell you it again just in case. All this, if you're stacking equipment like you need to do for this, having all in one room, here's a little tip. Double-sided sticky tape. Now these are pieces of what used to be mouse mats, you know, that you run your mouse over. But it doesn't have to be that, it can be anything. The trouble is, manufacturers' feet are not long enough, and they don't leave a big enough gap between the two bits of equipment, so they overheat, and that's when you get problems, because when stuff gets hot, it expands, and when it goes cold again, it contracts. And if the factory hasn't made them properly and got a really good joint, the joint becomes what's it, and you wind up with an intermittent fault. So there's a little secret for you. And I'll mention that again at the before I talk on the next time, in case anybody missed it. But I'm now going to do that, actually. Make sure that, especially with your laptop, that you don't cover up any of your ventilation holes where these go. Just put them under the feet. It's quite easy to do, and as I say, you get a roll of that, and you could do a dozen at once and do count up the numbers. You want 4 for each, more or less, for every piece of equipment you need 4, and that will separate the different stacks by as much as ½ an inch, whereas at the moment with the feet it's about ¼ an inch. And I've never had any trouble with overeating with any of my stuff, and so it must be a good idea. Just wonder other people haven't told you about it. But there you are. I must go now. I've got to cook my dinner. Today is Friday, and today I have junk food. Well, I call it junk food. It's fish and chips with mushy peas. I don't know if I told you, I have a regular decent meal, like, you know, with 5 or 6 veg. One day a week I go vegetarian. Instead of having meat with the veg, I have macaroni cheese. And I have junk food one day a week. And the rest of the time I have a really healthy split diet. And I'm wondering if my problem with my immune system is because I'm having too healthy a diet. Maybe getting too much vitamin C, because too much of anything is just as bad as too little. And there you go. I hope you'll all enjoyed this, and thank you for all those hits on Watch Sky in Any Room for Free. And tell your friends, because I'm sure the people that watch that will want to watch this one, won't they? Alright, goodbye then. I got to stop this. That's a bit of a nuisance. And I got to make sure I upload it, otherwise they'll have to send the monkeys out to correct it. It should be press stop record.